So I joined an event called Vera UHC, an ultra-hardcore streamed event hosted by SpecularPotato and AssassinPlayzYT. There were 20 competitors, and I was determined to win. I had years of experience playing Hypixel UHC, and the event was also hosted on Hypixel. They did disable special crafts, which are usually available for Hypixel UHC, as this was supposed to be a vanilla UHC experience. However, they didn't disable kits and perks. They also changed the PvP timer, so PvP enabled in 20 minutes instead of the default 10 minutes. But the most important factor of this UHC was that Mumble was enabled. If you haven't heard of it before, Mumble is a plugin/application that allows you to speak to other players in Minecraft based on how far away you are. Now that I've explained the circumstances, let's start the game. At first, I was aimlessly running around, as I wasn't used to vanilla UHC. But then, I found this. That's right, a village. This was especially useful, as the optimal strategy, at least in my opinion, is to get enchants. And there were plenty of bookshelves. I then went mining and got a bunch of iron. At this point, my knowledge of Hypixel UHC hadn't helped me that much, but then I remembered a very important fact. In Hypixel UHC, you can mine obsidian with an iron pickaxe, and actually get it. This is huge because I didn't need to use 3 diamonds on a diamond pickaxe. This knowledge gave me another advantage in this game. At this point, it was around 4 minutes until PvP, and I found a 10 vein of diamonds. This was insanely lucky, and I was able to get enchants as well as a diamond chestplate. Now that it was 3 minutes till PvP, I got an idea that would change the course of this game. An idea that would either solidify my lead in gear or waste my resources for nothing. Usually in Minecraft, you want to level 1 enchant swords because you are almost guaranteed to get sharpness for low expensive levels. And if you enchant 4 iron swords with sharpness and combine them, you get sharpness 3 iron, a very good sword. However, I wanted to be different. I wanted to shoot for the stars. I wanted to get fire aspect on my iron sword, which would destroy the competition. Fighting someone with a fire sword, especially if you're not accustomed to UHC, is very difficult. Being able to quickly water bucket to get rid of the fire so you don't take an extended amount of fire tick damage is important, and you can't run away if you're on fire because your sprint/movement gets cancelled when you take the fire damage. So I went for it. I enchanted my iron sword for 8 levels, and level 8. Fire, let's go! Sharp 2, fire 1! There's no way! This was insanely lucky, as once I enchanted an iron sword 6 times. Yeah, I know, I really wanted that fire aspect, and I didn't get it once. I couldn't believe that I got this lucky in a UHC event. But after this, I made a mistake. I was accustomed to Hypixel UHC, which means at PvP, most everyone goes up and fights at the coordinates 0, 0. I, however, forgot about how there are only 20 of us, and a lot of these players hadn't played UHC or would try to mine for a while. I could have just mined a bit more and then gone to surface, but the thought didn't cross my mind. Luckily, 5 minutes later, I went down to mine. I found a decent cave and I was finding plenty of gold. But then, I found this. Diamonds! Yo! And then again! Oh, diamonds! Let's go! With this insane luck, I was 3/4 diamond, and don't forget about my fire sword. At this point, you might think, man, Vortex is destined to win. What could possibly go wrong? He has years of experience of playing UHC and he's super stacked. There's no way he loses. And I would agree, except there was one factor that had been undermining my entire game so far. Wait, not that. The other type of mouse. Yeah, my mouse had suddenly broken somehow. Yet I had played plenty of games before this, and nothing had been a problem. I didn't know why, but apparently my mouse was determined to ruin me. I even tried replacing it. I got up for 2 minutes just looking for a replacement. Oh, this is such yikes. Okay, where's my mouse? Where's another mouse? I'm looking for a mouse. Is there any mouse around here? Yo, where's a mouse though? Oh, what is this strategy? Am I really stuck with this mouse? I think I am stuck with this mouse. But to no avail. I would just have to hope that it wouldn't affect me too much. Something else I should mention is that when there are only 15 players left, the deathmatch timer goes down to 10 minutes. When I only had 3 minutes till deathmatch, I found the final diamonds, which gave me full diamond. Yes! Let's go, boys, we can go to surface! I began to smelt my gold and get apples. Another fact that I knew about Hypixel UHC is that your unsmelted gold auto-smelts when you go to deathmatch. I still wanted to smelt some though, since I wanted to craft my gaps before deathmatch. And then, the real game started. In Hypixel UHC, middle has 2 chests, which each have a stack of arrows and a gap. I went to middle, but I failed to gain any gaps, but that was okay. I got an easy clean and got some heads, and even stole one from SpecularPotato. After that, I fought Fodix, who didn't have Mumble. You see, when we started the event, not everyone could make it, and we needed 20 players to start a private UHC, so we had to invite a few other people, and they happened to not have Mumble. After killing Fodix, I was given inspiration by a ghost, Seth Boyer D.
Vortex, you got this, buddy.
Hey,
How many
I love
diamonds did you
you.
find in your cave?
Hey, he's coming.
Yeah, get him.
Yeah, they kept saying someone kill him. He has a fire aspect.
okay, I see how it is.
You're the only one who's
They're
standing a chance
intimidated?
against Potato.
After that, nobody wanted to fight me, since I had fire aspect, and I eventually settled on fighting SpecularPotato, since I figured he had a lot of heads and healing, as well as skill at PvP. He also had the most kills in the game so far.
Get away from me, Vortex.
Okay, nobody wants to fight. I don't know who to fight.
No one wants to fight a fire aspect sword. No.
Honestly, I think I was gonna miss that shot, but my sensitivity's whack, so I hit it.
You have so much healing. Dude, there's no way I can beat you.
Oh?
Oh, oh.
Oh?
Oh, Vortex. He's healing again. Alright, let's just, you know, let's just not do this.
Oh, what?
Vortex, you're just draining me. We're draining each other. How much healing did you mine?
Hi.
No. Shelby, run.
I'm trying.
Give up, Shelby.
Seth, shut up. I don't need you.
Why is Vortex on 34? Get away from me.
I then realized I had messed up badly. I had drained myself by fighting SpecularPotato for so long, and I had no healing. And I needed some, so I decided to try and kill Karen Plays, aka Shelby Plays, but she lost a bet, so that was her name.
And the
Oh, Vortex.
Vortex, help. Vortex, I love you. I taught you more than Glazy. Vortex, no.
I'm sorry.
oh.
Uh-oh.
And I felt a bit bad, but then she even haunted me in the afterlife, so.
Vortex, you suck. Vortex, you suck. Vortex, you suck. Vortex, you suck.
Oh my
Vortex, you suck.
God,
Vortex, you suck.
You can't kill a Karen, she'll just haunt you. She'll haunt you from the grave. You never know with those Karens, man. After that, I was still low on healing, and I had to fight someone. So I decided to go for its Evax, who screamed in terror.
He's not low. He's not low. Glazy, 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 Glazy. AOFM. Glazy,
don't
Glazy,
know.
Glazy, Glazy.
How much is a little bit?
Alright, Evax, I have your song. It's everyday, bro. I'm gonna die!
Glazy, don't let him win.
I'm dead.
Okay, I'm singing for
Oh
Vortex
my
now.
God.
I'm singing
Glazy,
Glazy.
destroy him!
Glad you
Destroy
get
Glazy!
him. Avenge me. This kid has infinite.
Let's go Vortex.
I got third place.
At this point, I'd gotten pretty lucky. Because of how stacked I appeared, Glazy ran away from me. But what he didn't know is that I had no healing, and because he ran away, I was able to craft another gap, which helped me a lot.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro.
Glazy, I lied to you. I didn't have Sharp 3, by the way. That was
Yeah,
fake.
suck about you. I'm unsubbing.
Oh my god. Just go for it.
Bruh.
Really hope you have to just fight him.
There's a border!
I want to know how much healing Vortex finds.
I can check.
Well, I like got 11 gap kills, and then you traded every gap with me somehow.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Oh?
Oh my god, he's low. Wait, no, he's not. He's
Ah, the zombie!
Beef.
After I got a double hit combo, I got pretty scared, so I went back to bow. And then, the unexpected happened. Out of nowhere, a savior appeared. The zombie! The zombie! Let's go!
1910, the UHC.
Hey!
Pass it to
The zombie saved me and dealt the final blow to Glazy. And I was saved. I hope you enjoyed this video, explaining my personal experience with Vera UHC. Make sure to check out the other creators featured in this event. They're really cool people. And thanks especially to AssassinPlayzYT and SpecularPotato for hosting. Without them, this event would not have been possible, and everyone had a great time. Well, except for maybe Karen. I apologize for not uploading last week. After winning this, I wanted to make the highlights something spectacular. So I hope you enjoyed. I can't wait for Season 2. If you want to see the trailer or the full stream perspective, I will link it below, along with the other creators in this video. I've also started streaming on Twitch, so hey, if you want to drop a follow in the description, it helps me out a lot. Alright, that was a long outro, but I hope you have a nice day. Don't forget to say fish in the comments.